every day. I would hardly consider these a gift. Be a little bit more thoughtful next time.
Well, I would start by saying that these cost me $100 this afternoon. Then I would go on to say that it is more than Robert McQuaid ever spent on me. Your face is beautiful, though, and I wouldn't want to ruin such a pretty picture. So tell me, what delights you this afternoon other than your languid stepbrother paying you a visit?
Well, Greta, the poor lamb, always trying to stay in my good books, has just informed me that Robert is single again.
Oh no! You wouldn't let him use and abuse you again, no, you sis. Last time I heard he had you legs akimbo and dragged through hatch backwards. Amazing what some women would do to save the appetites of movie stars these days.
Rumors and lies, Richard. You, for one, should know all about the power of a rumor. Besides, it really doesn't interest me that Robert is single again. It's only a matter of time before he dumped little Celine for a tighter, younger model.
Oh, like he did with you.
Fuck you. What does interest me, however, is Celine herself, the little model from the Upper East Side, wanting to date rich movie stars. I know her mother, and believe me, she is getting way above her station. Now, normally I'm all for women empowering themselves, that is, until it affects me. And believe it or not, dear brother, I caught a bunch of flack when that bastard Robert dumped me and began screwing little Celine. Now she's probably at home crying to her mother about how she misses him and wants him back.
I like where this is going.
I want this girl disgraced beyond recognition. I want her and her family's name sullied all over the newspapers. I want her to be so publicly vilified that no man will ever want to touch little slut again.
You are evil, sister, so evil and cunning, I want to stick my tongue into you.
Wait. Now, Celine knows about me. Everyone does, of course. And she also knows about you for all the wrong reasons. What she doesn't know, however, is about myself dating Robert before her. I am very soon going to call young Celine and invite her over for tea, as I've heard all about her recent breakup. I'm going to throw on the caring older sister mask and steer her towards her breakdown, ruin, and disaster.
And who would be that disaster?
You.
Isabel, why would I, of all people, want to have anything to do with ruining young Celine's blossoming career?
I'm not talking about her pathetic little career, Richard. I am talking about her life, her whole world. I want it to come crashing down. Richard, I want you to seduce her.
Is that the best you got, sis?
Well, she's not like all your other conquests. She's not one of your loose women.
Like Greta. Well, I'm not interested, Isabel. I've already slept with half of Manhattan. I hardly think me betting young Celine would ruin her life. Her mother's life, perhaps, but I have no inkling of pissing off her mother. Robert Benson, virgins?
Richard, Celine is a young virgin, shrouded in pure and vestal modesty. Now tell me, when was the last time you dated a virgin?
Well, I tend to stay away from them these days. Awkward little things. Wanting Prince Charming and then get me instead, and then constant phone calls and emails and, oh, Richard, I thought you said I was special. But that. Nowadays, I prefer a woman that knows exactly where every orifice is located on her body.
Well, I heard that was why Robert dumped her. She wouldn't put out.
Well, I'm not interested, Isabel. I heard my auntie is a radiant creature in the gallery. She can't stop singing her praises to me. Emily Hartley, the soul name sounds like vanilla.
Well, then your aunt is an idiot. If she had any sense at all, she would keep her interns well away from you.
Well, I have diddled each and every one of them. To my auntie's surprise, they all quit within a week from a rare case of stress at work.
Yes, well, I really think you should stop using your aunt's gallery as a hunting ground and focus on the fresh young lamb I'm offering up to you.
So now it's become an offer. An offer, my dear sister, implies that there's something in it for me and what could you possibly have in mind?
Is the prospect of betting a virginal young model not enough for you, dear brother?
That it would be. But Isabel, I would be doing you a favor. And being that she's your enemy and not mine, you will see the benefit. Well, I have better things to do than to indulge your whims. My auntie wants me to purchase a particular sculpture from some guy in Soho, a Frenchman. God, I don't know why, I think he's vulgar. Well, good luck with that whole Celine episode. To what do I owe the pleasure?
Well, now that I have your attention, if you beg little Celine, I'll give you something you've always wanted but have never had.
And what would that be?
Well, I'll let you lock me up in that opulent bedroom of yours for 2 whole days, Richard. You can have your way with me.
You really got it in for this Celine girl, don't you? The prize is very, very, very tempting, but Isabel, what if I don't succeed? What if I don't slaughter the little lamb you're offering to me? What will you do then, I wonder?
Well, to give you a sense of urgency and something other than my reward, I've thought of a forfeit. If you don't make this happen in 30 days, you will hand over your entire art collection to me, including the Picasso lithographs, Richard.
Now you waste. My collection is valued at $15 million. What makes you think I'll hand it over so easily?
Well, you won't fail, will you? Oh, and to sleep with her is just one thing. It's too private, too intimate. The idea of this is to invite the world to take a look. Photograph her. I don't care if she's bent over backwards or swinging from the chandeliers. Whatever it is, she must be naked and it must be scandalous. The more pornographic, the better. The press will have a field day.
So, now you want my art collection, and you want me to photograph her. This is beginning to sound like an unfair trade-off. Just another scandal for you to write about in the diary of yours. By the way, when will you let me have a look?
Don't touch that. I'll give you 3 days with me. 3.
All right, Isabel. Have a deal.
Good. Now shoo. I must call Celine and tell her the good news.
Which is?
That I've heard the terrible news and I'm inviting her over for tea to cheer her up.
Well, enjoy that one. I'll be late to see the Frenchman. Adieu, adieu.
The storage attendant had just finished putting the flower blinking across my waist, and I looked into the mirror and I thought, I look so elegant. I'm going to walk down the aisle and I'm going to be the happily wedded wife of Robert Manson in 3 days' time. And then I heard my phone vibrate. I thought it was him calling to check up on me. I grabbed this and there it was. Just one little message. Robert.
There, Celine. What an asshole of him to do that to you. But, I mean, did he say why he was breaking up with you? There must be a reason, surely.
Everything was going great. It's just, I've never really had a relationship before, you know?
Oh, don't be silly. Honestly, Celine, you're beautiful. I can't believe you're not fighting them off.
There's things about. I always have tons of guys always hanging around me, but I never really let myself go. Do you know what I mean?
No, you mean you've never been in a relationship before, right?
There's that, yes. Robert was my first, but not my first, you know?
Celine, really?
I think that's what he done to me. But I was waiting for my wedding day, you know?
Wow, what a misogynistic pig! He obviously didn't wait long enough, but to be honest, Celine, I'm a bit surprised. I mean, how old are you? 22, 23?
22?
Well, most girls at that age have had at least 1 or 2 lovers, and those are the really prissy ones.
I know. But you just call me a priss.
What I'm trying to say, Celine, is that yes, it's great to wait for the right one to come along and all, but this is the 21st century, and we all have our expiration dates. I mean, how long were you even with Robert?
Like 4 months?
Okay, I'm surprised a guy like Robert waited that long.
Oh, you know him personally.
No, of course not. I mean, I've read about him in the papers. Everyone has. Anyway, back to the point. Now that you're free and single, what do you plan on doing?
I don't know. Well, I've been taking acting classes. My teacher's pretty cute.
Oh, so you want to be an actress and a model. Good for you. What's his name?
Stephen Gibb? We do classes at the studio downtown.
I've never heard of him, so he can't be very good. Surely your mother can afford to send you to the finest of acting schools, Celine.
He's really cool, but my mom doesn't know about him.
Oh, why so?
He's just not as rich as us.
Well, then your mother is right, Celine. A girl with your face and wealth should only consort with those of equal value. You know my stepbrother's single, don't you?
Richard Beringer. Isn't he always single?
There are many things said about my stepbrother, Celine, but no one knows him like I do. Besides, all the bad press he gets, it all comes from the gossip sorts, you know, kiss and tell. He absolutely hates his reputation and is constantly striving to redeem himself. Besides, he is very wealthy and well-connected. Why don't I set the two of you up?
I don't think my mom would approve of him.
Well, I know for sure that your mother would not approve of Mr. Gibb. Besides, at least with Richard, you'd be with one of your own in a way, right? Besides, no one's talking marriage, Celine. Just a few drinks. I really think he could be the man to help you get over Robert.
I don't.
I'll tell you what. He's working at his aunt's gallery all week. Why don't you pop by and pay him a visit? You look art, don't you?
Of course I do.
Well, then you'll know where the Behringer Gallery is, won't you? I thought so. Here, let me write it down for you. Now go in, have a look around, and innocently ask if Richard is working. I'm sure he won't mind showing you his private collection. Even better, Celine. I'll call ahead and let them know you're coming. Not everyone gets into the Behringer Gallery, you see.
Private collection?
His paintings, Celine.
2 million for the product. Oh, Richard, lovely to see you. Come, sit down, young man. How are you, handsome? Did it all go well at the Soho Gallery? Did you woo those fancy Frenchmen with your dazzling all-American smile?
Auntie, I tried and I smiled broad and wide for them, but the frog just did not want to part with it. Oh, not even after I have propositioned to him did he fall below his marker.
Oh, the French are so stubborn. But never mind about them. How are you, dear nephew? Let me take a look at you. Should I make you a tea?
Oh no, leave it for the interns.
Well, speaking of interns, have I introduced you to Emily?
I don't
Such a
believe that.
lovely young lady, all the way from London.
From London, you say?
She is Richard. Emily's special. Not your average cup of tea, are you, dear? Well, thank you for the introduction, Mrs. Beringer. But no, I'm not your stereotypical British girl at all.
Well, I look forward to discovering you in your unstereotypical ways. Pleasure to meet you.
Hello, Richard. A pleasure to meet you too. Well, I think I'll leave your tickets alone for a moment. Do sit down, Emily.
Isn't she great?
Who? Caroline, your aunt? Yeah, she's always so cheery. Nothing phases her whatsoever. And I have to say, I really admire her running this huge art gallery all on her own.
Oh, she does not do it alone. I'll have you know, I'm the sole and only art dealer in the Behringer Gallery. It could be said I'm the backbone of the company. Auntie presides over nothing more than the bricks and mortar of the place.
How sanctimonious of you.
Oh, as articulate as she is beautiful. There's something to be said about education in Great Britain.
How would you know anything about the schools in Great Britain? I imagine you've never left the Upper East Side.
Appearances and dialect can be deceiving, young Emily. I actually went to Cambridge.
Oh, which year?
Oh, way before your time. Way before your time.
What house were you in?
King's, of course.
I knew that.
How could you have possibly known that?
Let's just say I have a friend who went there too, and you made quite a name for yourself in England.
Well, everyone have heard of Richard Beringer, but here you have the real deal right in front of you. Although it does pique my interest to hear stories about myself from my college days. Tell me, what do you think you know about me, young Emily?
I'm not that much younger than you, so less of the young.
You did not answer my question. You didn't think you know about me, young Emily.
I wouldn't want to utter the perversions you're famous for in my place of work. I have more class than that.
Perversions! Now that's the first. Who told you that? A silly boy?
No, not a frat boy, and believe me, he isn't silly.
Well, I don't care to hear about those days much.
All a blur to you, I imagine. Drinks and drugs and women. You're such a stereotype.
So now I'm a stereotypical pervert. Well, since you want to talk of these things at your place of work, why don't we go somewhere private? Somewhere where we can talk about it. You know, take a stroll at dinner perhaps.
Oh, I am sorry. You're not my type.
Excuse me. Not your type. I didn't think English girls had types. I thought you were all fair game.
We're not all like the loose women you played around with at Cambridge, Richard. But to the point, there really is no point in you trying to wine and dine me, even if it is under the pretense of you finding out what was said about your past in England. You wouldn't last 2 seconds with me. Trust me on that one.
It's a beautiful necklace you have on. A Spears de Beer?
Just you stay where you are, and it's Aspinall's actually.
And a lovely blouse. That looks sort of. It looks wonderful on you.
Right.
You know where it would look even better? On my bedroom floor. So why don't you pack up for the day? And, you know, I'll tell Carolyn that you fell ill. And we're in need of some cheering up. Chelsea, maybe.
Last time, Richard. I'm not interested in you. I'm not just going to fall at your feet because you threw a few half-hearted chat-up lines at me and complimented me on my blouse, which is Altazara. Thank you very much.
Oh, then I was right at least about this.
Oh, you are ridiculous! Just leave me alone to get on with my work, or I'll...
What? Tell Auntie Carolyn.
Yeah, maybe I'll tell her. Maybe I'll tell her that her sleazy nephew has been harassing me.
Oh, you will not be the first. Not the first at all.
Excuse me, what are you implying?
Enough. I'm tired of this. Emily, you should feel lucky to work here. You should feel lucky, I don't know, to be in my presence. Breathe the same air as me. You should be lucky I even considered you. I want you to know that. Well, and with that, I will get off. Oh, Emily! Get back to work. We're closed! It's 10 p.m. and I said we're closed. Let's see how persistent she is. I'm coming!
Sorry, are you Richard?
That I am. What shall I call you?
Oh, I'm Celine. Denise, sorry, you're closed. I shouldn't have come in.
Oh no, Celine. You don't be silly now. Come on, you must be here to view some art. Can I offer you some wine?
Well, I only drink on weekends.
I insist.
I should really.
Here you go.
Thanks.
So, Celine, I don't believe anyone with a face as bright and radiant as yours have ever made an appointment with the Barringer guy.
Well, I've never been here before. I just thought it looked like a cool place to visit.
A cool place to visit. This is best, Celine. The most wonderful art gallery in the country. And you're sitting now with the nephew of its founder.
Oh, I thought this was your place.
One day it will be so. One day it will. So tell me, with a face like yours, are you a model by any chance?
Actually, I am.
I knew it! I'm a photographer too, you know, but we'll get back to that later. Well, tell me, you knew we were closed when you came in. So why did you?
Well, I was walking home from my acting classes and I thought I would see I was inside, so I knocked.
But do you like what you found inside?
Haven't seen any art yet, have I?
Celine, each wall of this place is covered in finest examples of modern art this city can offer. Well, and then of course there's me.
Well, you are quite handsome.
You said something about acting lessons. Are you an actress too?
I'm trying to be taking classes downtown.
Lucky is the teacher who guides the beauteous wonder that is you to the path to start.
Sound like a poet.
Who do you train with?
A guy called Stephen Gibbs?
Never heard of him.
Probably not. He's up and coming.
Ugh. Up and coming? Seriously, a woman like you should not consort with second-rate acting teachers. A lady like you should only benefit from the best wines which you are drinking, the best entrance in which you find yourself in the best company, to which you are.
You're very complimentary.
I only give credit when credit is due. Now, I know why you are here. You wanted me, didn't you? You heard that Richard Barringer was alone in his gallery, and you came to check out my private collection.
Where'd you get to my dress? Sorry, I have to go. It's late, and you're drunk.
Jean, don't be silly. Sit back down.
I'm sorry, I really have to go. An animal.
Celine, we've only just begun. Hello, Barringer Gallery. Nathan. Nathan! Well, come on up, I'll buzz you in. You little bastard.
Richard Barringer.
Oh, what's the special occasion?
Can't no friend just pay a visit? Let's have everything to be a special occasion. Mr. Barringer these days.
Well, last time you brought me a bottle of expensive whiskey. You were looking for services of the best wingman in Cambridge.
It's the first weekend of Cambridge. I'm glad you remember that, Richard.
Well, what kind of caring mentor would I be if I forgot? So, what brings you to the Big Apple?
Business and pleasure.
Oh, anyone I know?
Just a well-connected, gorgeous woman. A bit passionate, but, you know, enough to keep me running. Plus, the red hair just drives me crazy.
Wait a second. Are you the one messing around with Miss Eastham? Oh my God, you're the woman's driver! But you know what? Good for you. I wouldn't have the balls. She's a hell of a woman. You'll be climbing the social ladder of this town in no fucking time. So I have a question for you then. What the fuck do you want from me?
I want you to leave the Easthams alone. Imagine my surprise when I had to drop off Celine's Easthams of her new best friend's house. Out of all people, the Queen of New York, Isabel de Clancy. Poor thing was in the middle of the night, and I had to pick her up for an art gallery. Of all places, this art gallery. Poor thing was such a state that I had to sneak her back in from the back door of her house. Richard, I'm your friend. And as a friend, I'm warning you, stay out of that family. Plus, I put too much work in Easton's and Claudine if we just come out and ruin all the fun.
Nathan, you are way out of your league. Last time I checked, I was, you know, in charge of this gallery. I did not move a finger for little Celine to come over. You're just a pawn in the city of kings. By luck, one of them still happens to like you.
I don't know what you're up to, and frankly, I don't really care. Just consider this a friendly warning. I'll be seeing you.
Ciao!
Hi, Emily dear. Oh, hey, Carolyn. How did your meeting go? Oh, David Swerner was his charming self. Though I had a company report done on him recently. He did show some lessons last year. I really don't know whether to loan him the Jeff Koons or not. I think he just very much wants to gobble up every piece of contemporary art he can find.
Would you like some tea?
Yes, please. Thank you, dear. So anyways, David was also here recently and commented on the Gerrichte and how he would like to hang it in his gallery for a season to bring in the clients.
The Gerhard Richter.
Yes, the Gerrichte, that's right, isn't it? I told him it cost me $20 million, isn't it, to buy from the American. But he insisted. He just kept insisting. Had to turn him down in the end. You know, I really hate doing that, but honestly, you have to be cruel to be kind sometimes.
I know. So, Carolyn, the Rosencrantz came in earlier today and they had a look at the gallery out back. They were interested in The Runaway Nurse by Richard Prince. They wanted to negotiate on the price, though.
See, well, I don't really think we can go low on the price. It was valued at $6 million at auction. But thank you for showing them around, and such a good intern you are. Hey, speaking about Richard, how did you two get along the editing? Isn't he fabulous?
Fabulously arrogant, Carolyn.
Excuse me.
Oh, nothing.
He is a lovely boy, really. He just gets a bit carried away sometimes. He does have an eye for the ladies, though. And I saw the way he looked at you.
Well, yes, but he's a bit of a distraction, especially when I'm trying to work as hard as I can for you, Carolyn.
Oh, that is such a compliment. You can be sat here in this gallery, surrounded by the most exquisite art the world has to offer, and still find my dear nephew a distraction. Oh, you've made my day. Emily, are we expecting anyone?
Not at all. The Rosencrantz were the last clients of the day.
See, I want somebody would just come along and invite it. Would you be down and see what it is?
Sure.
Oh, Lucinda, you should have said you were visiting.
Well, I didn't think old friends had to.
Who's she? Oh, this is Emily. She's on her intern. Emily, this is Mrs. de Clancy, a very old friend of mine.
Pleased to meet you, Mrs. de Clancy.
English.
I am.
I'm from London.
Ah, a melting pot of smoke and the downtrodden. The veritable urban wasteland, where decent folk go to die. Unless you are from Belgravia, of course.
No, miss. I'm from Catford, East London.
Charming.
Emily, why don't you take the rest of the afternoon off and leave us alone at the talk?
Sure. Thanks, Carolyn.
But not before you prepare us some drinks. I will have an iced tea, and Caroline, tea as usual.
Oh, I have one. Emily just made me one.
Fine, then you will prepare me an iced tea.
Bye, Carolyn. Bye.
Honestly, who are you employing these days? What a surly young madam.
Oh, she's fine. Really no trouble. But Lucinda, what a welcome surprise.
Yes.
Did you come here to take a look at some paintings, or...
Well, no. Actually, I'm here to talk to you about your nephew Richard.
Oh, what has he done now?
Well, as you know, I brought him up in my home until the age of 18. I indulged him and ensured he was sent to all the right schools.
Yes, that is true.
And I did so out of the love I had for his father, your brother Henry.
And Lucinda, I'm very well aware of how you feel about Richard. Just get to the point, will you?
I know you adore him, Caroline. And so did I, before he reached the age of 10 and molested my housekeeper.
Oh, Hatter gossip. I've heard that story so many times over the years. Complete nonsense.
Nonsense wasn't me having to send my maid to the hospital and then paying for her flights back to Mexico. Oh, besides the point, all in the past now. But I wanted you to talk to him for me. You know I can't bear the sight of him. I'd like to ask him to stay away from my Isabel. Do you believe he is a very bad influence on her? I'd like him to stay away. Can you do that for me?
Lucinda, they're not kids anymore. I can't tell Richard what he can or can't do.
Yes, but you can have a word with him, can't you? For me?
Now, don't get me wrong. I've only met Isabel a couple of times over the years, but Richard, a bad influence on Isabel? No, no, no. I think you've got the wrong idea entirely. It's becoming common knowledge that she's being seen in all the wrong places at all the right times.
What did you say about my daughter?
Well, there have been rumors for years. But you know what the kids are like. Every day there's some new gossip, so-and-so, and they're talking to so-and-so, etc. You know, I don't really get involved, but certain things have reached my ears concerning your daughter a number of times over the years. More so recently.
Well, whatever it is, you can be sure it has been said out of sheer envy of her. Envy of me, even.
Well, I know you don't want to hear it, but you did come here to tell me about Richard, so I will tell you of Isabel. They say she's been addicted to coke since middle school, and that she chases the dragon on a regular basis. They say that is why she's so thin and pale.
Carolyn, you are delusional. We've all done coke. Even you. It's part of growing up. My daughter isn't addicted to anything worse than Prada.
Lucinda, I'm just telling you what I've heard is all, and that perhaps she is a bad influence on Richard.
How dare you insinuate such a thing? Believe you me, Carolyn, I have heard things about Isabel too, and I can only come to the conclusion that it is her poisonous stepbrother and the crazy circus of friends he keeps around him.
Hello, Lucinda.
Oh, hello, Richard. I believe your auntie has some things to explain to you.
Shouldn't look happy. What did you want? Explaining things.
Oh, she was just inquiring about Barcelona, darling. But what about you? You don't look too happy either.
Auntie, I'm hungover.
I indulged in one too many bottles of Chateau Lemondot last night.
Oh, baby, you didn't have to come into the gallery today. Why don't you go home and take the rest of your dinner?
Where's Emily?
Oh, I sent her home for the day. She had some lovely things to say about you.
Did she? Oh, that's great. Well, I should get back to work then. These things aren't going to sell themselves.
That is true. But I have a ton of paperwork to do as well. Do you need me to get you anything?
Nah.
See you later.
See ya.
Celine.
Sorry, late Stephen.
Not at all, Celine. Great to see you all the same. Is it raining out?
Oh, it's lushing down.
Here, let me help you with that. So, seems like last time. It's been forever since we last met.
Don't be silly, it was only like 2 days ago.
I know, but I always look forward to our lessons.
So do I.
Here, let me dry you off. Wait.
It's okay. I
Yeah?
can do it.
Hey, you look a bit tired. Heavy night?
No, not really. Went to an art gallery, had a look around.
Cool, which one?
The Behringer Gallery.
Barringer Gallery. Oh, I've never heard of it. The closest thing I get to art is street art. I don't mind acting, of course. You know, acting is a true art form. And that's what I'm here to teach you. God, you would be such a great ingenue. You really are beautiful, you know that, right?
I am a model. Kind of do, yeah.
Of course. So, Celine, shall we get started then?
Okay.
Okay, Celine, one of the most important things about being an actress is knowing your space, knowing your boundaries, and always being aware of the distance between you and your fellow actors. So today, I would like to work with you on spatial awareness, okay?
Okay, how to start?
Well, close your eyes. Go ahead. Close your eyes. And come to the center stage. Okay. Now, without looking at me or hearing me, I want you to feel my presence close to you. Okay? And whenever you feel me getting too close, I want you to raise your hand.
I want you to raise your hand whenever you feel me getting too close. Got it?
Got it.
And raise your hand.
I don't think you go too close.
Do you know how long I wanted to kiss you for?
Let me see. Since you started, nothing yet?
That's right. You see, when you first came to me, when you were upset about that Robert guy, I just wanted to make it all better
Oh, Nathan. You can't beat a full rub after an orgasm. This is magical. You're really good, darling.
Well, I am to please.
Now, handsome, something has been bothering me for a while. You know, very good looking and very well toned in all the right places, but I've always wondered if you're really 28 years old.
Well, I'm actually 22,
Oh.
and I'm 28. But I hope this won't change anything between us.
22? You're as young as my daughter Celine. But still, I suppose that will account for how supple you are.
Is your daughter okay? I've heard some things about her.
You heard some things.
Oh yeah, read the magazines and stuff. Did she used to date Ron Matson?
She did, yes.
The tabloid said he dumped her before their wedding day.
Oh, you read too much. Just concentrate on what you're good at.
She's very pretty, Miss Easton. Your daughter.
Nathan! I want to keep your eyes on me, okay? And only on me. No more talking about Celine. She's in enough trouble as she is. Now, come on. Tell me how much you like me. Come on. Indulge me.
I love your fiery long hair. It skates against your face, white and gentle as raw ivory itself. Your almond-shaped eyes, perfectly the color of amber. I want to rush in and dive through golden nectars every time I'm lucky enough to stare at lands.
Oh. More.
Along can cast aside the hindrance of age, and fall first heavenly in your heavenly bosom, where from last work the never-ending fountain of pleasure.
Stop it now. Sexier, Nathan. Sexier.
And then, when the bosom, I slowly bring my head up to yours, pair lips with mine. My tongue like a font of energy, flood through your mouth, the depths of your throat, filling you with my worm. You'll feel the wet blanket of my tongue, coming from your toes, up through legs, skirtings, the nest of desire.
Sexier. Dirtier.
And I'll throw into your back and bite it on the neck of yours till it hurts you.
Oh.
And I'm going to tear your panties with my teeth and...
What do we have here? Entertaining, Claudine.
Oh, Lucinda, you're early. Nathan. I'm sorry to stop you. I mean, you may leave now. Pick up your things. Oh, I'm sorry. Just a second. There's a good boy.
I see you still have an appetite for the younger man. I don't blame you, to be honest. How have you been, darling?
Well, fine, you know. The usual trouble with Celine, but it changes. Haven't you heard?
No, not at all. What's happened this time?
Well, she came to me a while ago, asking if she could take acting classes. And then I said, yes, why not? I think it's good for her to have as much exposure as she can. You understand?
Yes, of course. Isabel did mention something of this to me.
Yeah, it was Isabel actually who alerted me to the type of acting classes she was taking. And if a man called Stephen Gibb, and that he wasn't the proper sort. He lives in the ghetto, Bronxville, somewhere like that. So Isabel and I took a trip to what you would call his studio.
Oh, he had a studio at least.
Oh, it
yes.
was a dive. We went there to one of the lessons, and I caught him trying to kiss Celine and making advances. And I mean, he wasn't even trying to invite her home to visit his mom who lives in the ghetto. Ugh.
Oh, disgusting! What did you do?
Well, of course. I told him that I will have him arrested if he tries to contact my daughter again. I can't have Celine being seen with the types of him. I mean, Robert Madsen was bad enough. I think I need a glass of wine.
Yes, I think I do too, thank you.
So how have you been?
I'm in shock, actually. Oh, I really am surprised that Isabel didn't tell me about all of this. She has been acting way more, how do you say, distant lately. Thank you, I need
I
that.
don't know. She seemed fine to me.
Yes. Her stepbrother Richard has a lot of influence over her. And it's a bad one. I know they are siblings in a way, but they are both grown people. And they really should have grown out of one another by
Sure.
now. Constantly together they are.
Oh,
And you know I can't stand the boy.
I do.
Well, I decided enough was enough.
Uh-huh.
So I went to visit his aunt.
Oh,
You know, jolly old Carolyn from the Beringer. And I told her exactly what I thought of him for the 1000th time.
that woman. She's stupid, isn't she? I mean, all that money, all that wealth, and she just wants to potter around paintings all day.
It's true. Well, as long as he keeps his twisted little claws out of my Isabel, then their family can back around with paintings the rest of their lives for all I care.
And she has absolutely no taste.
She actually had the cheek to tell me that Isabel was on drugs.
No!
How dare
Oh.
she?
I will have her in court for slander.
It certainly is a possibility. But no, I think it's best that we leave the Berringers and their sorry little lives to burn out and then die out completely.
You know what? Well said, Lucinda. Well said.
Cheers.
Hello, Ranger Gallery. Yes, of course, Mr. Madsen. Come straight up.
So this is the Great Barringer Gallery. Not bad. Not bad at all. How much is that? How much are you?
Hello, Mr. Madsen. If you'd like to take a seat, please, and someone will be down shortly to show you around.
Sure, sure. Now look here, babe. There's no need for the Mr. Metz. Just call me Robert, okay?
Okay, Robert.
You guys had me on the waiting list to get into this gallery for 6 goddamn months. And here I am, through the golden gates of the Barringer Gallery, and I'm told that I have to wait?
Well, Mr. Madsen, Robert even, you are half an hour early.
You say Robert Madsen like you don't know me.
No, sir, I can't say that I do.
Where are you from?
England,
London?
that's right.
Well, I find it a bit strange that coming from a big city like London and living in the Big Apple, you had never heard of me.
Well, we deal with such high-profile clients in here all the time. I'm not really at liberty to say who or anything.
High profile? Listen here, dollface. The Robert Madsen is in the room, and you're talking to me about high profile? I just bought an 8th floor of a brownstone on Park Sugar Tits, and I just needed a few pieces to spruce it up, you know? What about this one here? This one looks cool. Who's it by? Wax? Haven't a clue who that is. How much is this one here, babe?
That's valued at $4 million.
Whoa! And you just have it hanging here on the wall. I mean, anybody could just walk in and bam! Take it off and out the door.
Well, that's why we have those thick security gates over there. And that's why we have a waiting list of 6 months.
And that's why we vet each and every single person who wants to make an appointment with us.
Yeah, well, it looks like a piece of crap if you ask me. See, I'm looking for something that'll just make the chicks want to cream their panties. Okay. Since we have time to kill, if, and I mean if, you were to come out to my apartment, what would make you think when you walked through the door, this guy's got style, this guy's got class?
Well, I would probably know the guy had style and class before I went up to his apartment, Robert.
What are you trying to say, that I'm not a classy guy? I dated Misha Barton, for Christ's sake. What about this one here? How much is this one valued at? Looks kind of dark.
Don't touch that.
Ah, great, the help. Are you here to show me around upstairs?
Emily, how long has this man been waiting?
He just got here. He said his name is Robert Matz.
Oh, I know who he is. Robert Madsen, isn't it?
Sure is. It took me 6 months to get through the door and you have to question my name?
What can I do for you, Robert?
Well, I'm in an art gallery. Took me 6 months to get in here. What do you think I want?
What do you think?
Art. Like I was telling your lady friend here, I just bought a new place on Park, and I'm looking for something that'll send the girls crazy. But at the same time, say, this guy is classy, refined, you know?
Define class for me, will you?
Classy, sophisticated, something that doesn't say, there's Robert Madsen, the great big action movie star. Something that shows me in a more intelligent way.
Robert, which level of sophistication are you trying to reach? Which facet of intelligence are you trying to portray?
Look, man, can I just see some paintings?
Oh, we got plenty of those.
You know that, which is why I'm here. Look, I don't have time for this. Can you just get me the manager or something like that? Whoa, you're laughing at me? What's your name? Get me the manager. I want to have a word with him about you and your friend here.
Richard Berenger. This is my family's gallery. I generally do run the place.
Right. Nice to meet you, Mr. Berenger.
Mr. Madsen, it is exactly the reason why we have our vetting system in place, is to keep people like you away from this establishment. Young, fresh, arrogant, a kind of man that does not know his Rembrandt from his Renoir, a kind of man that believes that pre-Raphaelite is an early stage sexual infection. But I saw your application to visit and I knew exactly who you were. Not a day goes by I don't see your ripped torso and hairy nipples glaring at me from some billboard somewhere. It was, however, an unlikely connection that brought you here today. Isabel de Clancy is my sister, well, stepsister. Anyway, she told me some very bad things about you, how you made her feel. She also told me about the video files she found on your computer. I saw them. I have copies.
What fucking files?
Oh, once with you and two other men on the boat. The turkey baster. You look a lot younger than them, I gotta say. But I know how much your reputation, how important it is to you Hollywood folk, and I know how much you'd hate for those files to go to the press. Oh, it was worth having you here just to see that look on your face.
You wouldn't.
Now, I want you to apologize to my friend over here for your rudeness earlier. And then I want you to get the fuck out of my gallery before I call page 6.
Well, when you put it that way, shit, I'm sorry, Emily.
Accepted.
Good. Now you may leave.
You guys got cameras in here? Is this place bugged?
Goodbye, Robert!
He looked genuinely terrified.
Didn't he? Oh, wait, Emily, are you going to lunch?
Yeah, but I'm sure you can manage for an hour or so without me.
Just wait a second. I know I've been a bastard to you. I would like an opportunity to make it up to you. Can I buy you a coffee?
No, I don't do coffee.
Tea?
You're not giving up easily, are you? Well, tell you what, I could go for a hot chocolate.
Ah, I know a great place. It's right around
I know a better one. And I'm buying. Richard, hurry up.
Hello, Caroline? No, I don't have an appointment. This is Isabel. Is Richard there? I've been trying to call his cell all day, but it's been turned off. Oh, he's gone away? To the Hamptons. Who with? Right, thank you. Hello. Oh, Celine. Where have you been? I've been trying to call you all weekend. Oh, you're downstairs. Sure. Come on up. Come in. Celine, come sit. Wherever have you been?
I've been at home. I don't think I ever want to drink again. My head still really hurts. I have no hangovers for this bad.
I know. But trust me, the more you get used to partying and drinking, the easier those hangovers become.
Isabel, can I tell you something personal?
Of course, Celine. I'm here for you, remember?
I'm hurting, like, there.
Oh, wow, really?
I mean, the whole night is really, really blurry. I remember you and I drinking the whiskey, the music. I remember Richard too. I keep getting flashbacks of his face on top of me. And I woke up and I was bleeding. I think Richard raped me.
Raped you? God, no, Celine. My stepbrother would never do something like that. You were really drunk, and you came on to him. But it's a good thing. I mean, you're a woman now, part of the club.
So I did have sex with her?
Well, yeah, it sounds like it.
What was he even saying?
Have you talked to him? Celine, your mother and I have told you to stay away from him. Why are you wasting your time?
I still have feelings for him.
And you don't for Richard?
I don't think I ever did. I kind of feel bad now that I slept with him.
Are you out of your mind? Would you honestly rather sit here and feel guilty about enjoying something that should come naturally to you with one of the most sought-after men in all of New York City and cry into your lap over some no-hope loser from the ghetto? You have got a lot to learn, young lady. A lot. I must say, I am glad that you are hurting. I am glad that you have felt the pain of being a woman for the first time for a man like my stepbrother.
Isabel,
When you came to me, asking me for help, seeking guidance, did I not give it to you? Did I not turn this sniveling little bitch who was heartbroken over some junky movie star into a fully fledged woman about to embark on the journey of life now that her cherry's been burst?
what is that?
Welcome, Celine. Welcome to womanhood in the real fucking world. Here. I want you to try some of this.
No way I'm touching that stuff.
Oh, have some. It'll make you feel better, I insist.
No,
You dare refuse me? After everything that I have done for you?
it's drugs.
handsome, you little bitch. Now get the fuck out of my house. I said out!
Bitch!
Isabel! Oh, Isabel. You told me to come, and here I am.
Hello, stepbrother. Well done. Thank you for the photos. They look great. I'll give it about a week and then I'll send them to every trashy magazine on the East Coast. Now, I presume you've come for your reward?
Now, Isabel.
What's gotten into you? Why are you so smug? She couldn't have been that great, surely.
Who? Celine? No. I can testify she was like a veritable sack of potatoes. Like making love to a loaf of dry bread.
Then why are you so smug?
Well, I have spent a weekend in Hamptons with the most wonderful.
Excuse me? I've been trying to get a hold of you all weekend, and you were in the Hamptons? Who with?
Oh, the girl from the gallery, Emily.
The silly little English intern?
Yes, her name is Emily.
Ugh, you have sunk to new depths, stepbrother, and I cannot say that I like it. Of all the interns you've diddled, you take this one to the Hamptons?
She's different. Not like the rest of the catalog there. She doesn't do what I tell her to, and that's rather refreshing.
Right. Anyway, good job again on Celine. Why don't we just get in your car and go to your house, and you can have your way with me. Enough of these young idiots who must be dying for the taste of a real woman.
I gotta be honest, I don't think I need or want my reward anymore. I will, however, keep it in mind in case something happens between Emily and I.
Emily? Richard, are you out of your mind? How could you reject me, your Isabel, over her? She's just an intern, there to be used and abused and then fired whenever you feel like it.
I told you, this one is different. I'm in love. Put that one in your diary. What are you laughing at? What's so funny?
You have destroyed every single shard of respect I once had for you. Richard Berenger, the hottest eligible bachelor in New York, throwing away Nay's name and dashing his reputation. Oh my, what will society think? What will all the freshly ordained debutantes do now without their favorite toy boy? Who will they open their legs to now? Richard Berenger retired from the scene at 29 years of age for what he thought was love, but was really just a childish whim. Soon, Richard was forgotten about, and a younger, hotter, more charming and intelligent man came along and stole the crown off of Richard while he was soaked in liquor, stumbling through Hell's Kitchen, trying to pick up hookers in a bid to reclaim something of his glory days. Everyone loved this new man, this new breed of man, and they flocked to him. They say you can still see Richard Berenger. He haunts the nightclubs of Soho like a creepy older man trying to pick up girls who are way too young for him. Like a ghost of his former self. Is that how you want to end up? Because you settled down too early and threw your money at some intern?
Not until I'm at least 40.
Well, good. I'm glad you've seen some sense. Now, why don't you come over here and take your reward?
Hey, why shouldn't I get what is owed to me? That's what it's all about.
Oh, wait, you have to break it off with Emily first. I wouldn't want you to have anything else on your mind if you're to have me for 2 whole days. Go and break it off with Emily, and when you come back, we can go to your place, okay?
Can I have you both?
I'm warning you.
You've got a hard bargain.
The hardest. Now go, before I change my mind.
Better be here when I get back.
You're back soon, aren't you? Oh, Stephen, what do you want? Fine, you have 5 minutes. What do you want, Stephen? What are you doing here?
You know why I'm here. What the fuck did you do to Celine?
Excuse me?
She called me out last night, crying her goddamn eyes, saying that you beat the shit out of her.
Oh, and what if I did? What are you gonna do about it, homeboy?
You're ugly. You're really ugly, you know that? She looked up to you like a sister. She really did. And you go on and beat her on like that? I mean, she was too scared to come herself. And your brother, what is all this I'm hearing about him?
Oh, Stephen, hush your stupid little mouth. You are getting way above your head. Pass the drama to the real adults.
You fucking turn your back on me. I heard he fucked her. He fucked my girl in this house?
Off of me.
What the fuck did he do to Celine?
Well, he took advantage of her. He plied her with alcohol. I was powerless to stop him, Stephen. He just wouldn't take no for an answer.
Wait, you're telling me he raped her? And you let this happen?
No.
You let your brother rape my girl in your own goddamn house?
You're hurting me.
I bet he used your bet, didn't he? Didn't he? Why didn't you tell Celine this? Why didn't you tell her when she came over to speak to you? Why did you make me come all the way here to face you?
Well, I guess I didn't have the courage.
You didn't have the courage? In your own house? I'm sick of you people. You all go on like you're the rulers of the earth when in truth you're no better than them lowlifes and junkies you hate. Fucking ugly, you know that?
Are you done, Stephen? Because you can leave.
Where's your brother? Where can I find him?
Get the fuck out of my house.
Where the fuck is your brother?
In the gallery. He'll be in the gallery.
Where's that?
In the gallery on Fifth Avenue.
Furniture gallery. That makes sense now. Asshole. I'm gonna teach your brother a lesson and you better not call and warn him or I'll come back for you. Got it?
Hello, stranger. And you come bearing gifts. So where have you been all day?
Running errands here and there, really. Nothing important.
Oh, Richard, lovely to see you. Emily told me all about your two's little trip to the Hamptons. What a lovely getaway. It's beautiful up there, isn't it?
Auntie, can I have a moment alone with Emily, please?
What about lunch? Let me just take you out for lunch, maybe, Miss Bennett?
You don't have to, Caroline.
Oh, don't be silly. The mood has taken me. But anyways, I know the order.
Auntie, sounds fantastic. Why don't you go ahead and we'll catch up?
Okay, kids, be sure to look up properly now.
Emily, I don't think you should work here anymore.
What?
That's right. I think you should just pack your things and go, oh, and never come back. Which is bad for you.
What the hell are you talking about?
Oh, you said it yourself. Drugs, drinks, women. Well,
So, just been playing me, have you? This whole thing's just been one big game so you can prove to yourself that you can get any girl.
what if it was?
Pathetic.
Oh, don't be so sad. At least you were right about me all along.
Fuck you. You make out like you're so goddamn important, swaggering around, busy at your precious gallery. Oh wait, I run the gallery. Nothing else to say? Well, fine. I think I might take your dear Auntie Caroline up on her offer of lunch. Have a chat, tell her all about her fabulous prick of a nephew. Bye, Richard.
Shut the door behind you.
stepbrother. I didn't think you actually had it in you, but you did. All I had to do was threaten your reputation, and you threw away the one thing in your life that mattered. The only girl in years you've actually felt something for. You're pathetic, Richard. A child. Didn't you see that I was just playing you all along? I heard what happened. After that conversation, you will never be seeing that girl again.
Isabel, you sadistic.
Oh, and as for your reward for Celine, not gonna happen. Do you really think I need to sleep with my own stepbrother? No.
Get over here right now. I'm gonna.
You're gonna what? Rape me? Like you did to Celine?
I did not rape her.
Yeah. But not everyone believes that. Enjoy your reputation, Richard. That's all you have left.
We're closed! I said, we're closed! Whoa, who the fuck are you? Get the fuck out of here before I call the cops.
You don't know who I am, do you? Yeah, I don't think you ever heard of me. You know Richard?
Yeah, I'm Richard. Get the fuck
Out of here! You know Celine, right? Celine Easton, young, pretty, model.
Yeah, so what? Who the fuck are you?
Well, I'm Steven. Steven Gibb. Her teacher. Her acting teacher.
Stephen Gibb! Here I am thinking I'm being robbed, and it's just Stephen Gibb, the acting teacher. What can I do for you, Stephen?
Well, you know Celine's my girlfriend, right?
Yeah, so what? You don't look like you're in the market for what we offer here. So why don't you do yourself a favor and leave?
You must have known. You must have known when you raped her.
Oh, raped her. Hush, Stephen. I think it was time you were leaving.
I spoke to Isabel. I spoke to your sister. She told me the truth.
Listen to Isabel. Isabel is nothing but a deceiving bitch that's gonna meet her end sooner rather than later. Now, I believe I have things to do. So why don't you leave?
Don't you fucking touch me. Get your fucking hands off of me. Ah! 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 Yeah, you're just some pussy rich boy, aren't you? You think you're gonna fuck up people's life? Not today.
I want to be like you, Richard. You can't be a snake without venom. And I don't want to be a snake anymore. I warned you from the very beginning. God knows I didn't want this to happen. I even warned Emily about you. Of all people, she didn't deserve this. You lost. Checkmate. Oh, by the way, these Tims are pressing charges on you for sexual assault, Richard.
Nathan. Isabel's dying. I'm going down, but the bitch is coming with...
Family ties, huh?
Uh-huh. Well, I believe you know what to do. And I should be seeing my lawyer. Be a dear. Lock up.
Emily? Yeah, it's me, Nathan. Listen, I believe I have something for you. In an hour? Yeah, alright, see you then.
Isabel. It's Clancy. Clancy, Isabel.
Isabel? We are not answering any questions to the press at the moment.
I'm not from the press. We've already met Lucinda. I'm Emily.
It's okay, Mother. Just give us a minute.
This just must be terrible for you. The press hounding you, the accusations flying around about you and your brother. I don't know how you're coping.
I'm fine, thank you.
I almost feel a little bit bad
Why would you feel bad?
for publishing your diary.
Excuse me? You did this? You published my diary?
Yeah, as I said, I almost feel a little bit bad, but knowing that you're such a manipulative cow makes it just that bit easier.
Stupid little bitch. This affects everyone, including Richard.
You've mistaken me for someone who cares about, well, any of you. Now, I know it seems like the end of the world right now, but just know, this is nothing compared to what's in store for you and your insidious brother. Goodbye, Isabel.
Bitch!
Mr. Clancy, Isabel.
Wait!
I'm from Turkey, and you probably know what's going on in Turkey right now. People are resisting against the fascist government, and they're trying to protect their human rights and stuff. So I'd like to take an applaud from you guys for the ones who are resisting there, please.